Hey, what's happening, my fearless network marketing friends? Todd Falcone here. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about how to make your network marketing business easier. First of all, I'm not going to say network marketing's easy. It's hard work. And I think that's one way to actually make it easier is to understand that it takes work, like embracing the fact that, hey, you know what? It's going to take me time. It's going to take me effort. It's going to take me energy. The skills that I need to acquire are going to take some time to accumulate. The people, the volume, all these things are going to take a little bit of time. So therefore, I must adjust my expectations. When you adjust your expectations, you have less disappointments that take place. You have less frustrations. Why we don't get frustrated when we didn't expect that we would already be there. So if I expected to be making 10 grand, well, I'll tell you a quick story. When I started in this business, I thought I'd be making 10 grand a month in 90 days. I wasn't making like $10 a month in 90 days, but I stayed in spite of, and yeah, I was frustrated and there were days that I felt like quitting. But when you properly align expectations for yourself and for your distributors, then they're not going to have these disappointments because they thought they were going to be here when they're not nowhere even close to here. So, I thought before doing this video, like, how do we make network marketing easier? So, it's hard work, right? There's no question that it's hard work. It's a process. We have to understand, is it worth it? Or even ask ourselves that question, is it worth it? When you look at what you're able to potentially create in this business by putting in the work, because of the leverage aspect of what we do in this space, then I think we'd all agree, yes, it is worth it. If we put in the work. I mean, if you don't put in the work, the lack of result or the little result is probably not going to be worth the little work that you did. But if you put in a lot of work and you stayed in long enough to have the ability to have volume and all these things accumulate over time, and you're ultimately getting paid on the work that you did 3, 4, 5 years ago, I think we'd all agree that, yeah, it's worth it. So to make network marketing easier, we have to adjust our expectations. That's one thing we need to do. Number two is we have to figure out how to be better in the time that we're putting into this. This is something that I spend all my life teaching and training on, is skill development. If you sharpen your saw, then you're going to get a better result. If you're too lazy to sharpen your saw and you're not really legitimately working on getting better every single day, then you're making it harder on yourself. I think sometimes when we put too much pressure on ourselves as well, like we put this undue pressure, like this, not that you don't want to put pressure on yourself. I mean, putting pressure on yourself to do something is a good thing. To stretch yourself and to put yourself into uncomfortable positions, these are all good things. But if you're putting so much pressure on yourself to perform, then it's not fun. And if it's not fun, you're not going to do it. So there's a number of things that I think you can think about to make, even though it's hard work, to make network marketing easier for you. If you're struggling, I don't know if you are, but if you're struggling, then we got to look, number one, adjusting expectations. Number two, I got to increase the value that I'm bringing into the marketplace, right? I need to practice. I need to work on my skills. I need to know what those skills are, and I need to work on them every single day so that the time that I put in is more efficient time, it's better time, it's higher quality time, it's better result time, right? That's a simple thing and all of you can do this, right? And I think it's crazy because a lot of us, including myself, I made network marketing to be far harder on myself than it needed to be. I put a lot of pressure on myself. You can let go of the pressure just enough where you can have fun doing it. If you're having fun doing it, you'll never stop doing it. But if you're putting all this weight and burden on your shoulders and now it's no fun, I gotta go make the phone calls. I mean, that's no fun. The grinding mentality is like stuffing a square peg into a circular hole or vice versa. We're trying to force something. If you're trying to force something, it just typically doesn't happen. If we just kind of let go and we release a little bit, all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is smooth and things seem to be happening. And if you just, look, I want you guys who are watching these videos to succeed in this business. If you're struggling in any of these areas, like what I'm talking about right now, like you feel that network marketing is hard. It is hard work. Again, it's hard work. For sure it's hard work. But if you're making it like laborsome, like laborious, and it's hard, just even as I describe it, does that sound pleasurable? It's not. So the way to make it pleasurable, the way to make it enjoyable, the way to make it easier on you is to enjoy the journey, is to work on yourself and your skills, is to adjust your expectations. And honestly, and I think the other thing is, like, let's come to the realization that it's going to take some time. Like, let's legitimately look at our expectations and get them in real proper alignment. It should take you some time to develop the skills, develop the volume, develop the people, the organization. It's not the snap of a finger. And I get it. I mean, somebody whips through and they zip past you and, wow, look what he or she did. And, you know, we end up going, well, how come it didn't happen for me? I did the same thing. But that's not going to help you. I mean, if it motivates you, it's one thing, but if it discourages you, not good. That's when, you know, like, comparison can be the thief of joy. So just a few thoughts for you guys today, because it shouldn't be that hard. But again, I'm not saying be lazy about, like, work on your skills. I'm not saying don't put some pressure on yourself. Put yourself in some uncomfortable positions. That's the other thing. How are you ever going to grow ever in anything if you don't put yourself into something that's slightly outside of your comfort zone? That's the key to growth. So enough for today, my friends. We'll see you guys in another video. Have a super day. See you next time.